And then every time you think a negative thought that's saying, oh, I can't do this, you have to fucking mentally beat the shit out of that thought. And you have to really become conscious as to what your brain is telling you. You know? Because you seem like you're very early on, so I don't think it's going to be that deep of a groove. But your brain is like catastrophizing. Okay? Everything you're thinking of doing, somehow it ends with you slamming into a brick wall. All right? And if you think that way, you become paralyzed and you can't step forward. But your heart wants to step forward, but you can't because your brain keeps fucking showing you that brick wall. So what's then going to happen is your fucking heart is going to be waking you up in the middle of the night, thinking thoughts like, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? And then you're going to start drinking, and it's going to be, or whatever the fuck, something bad. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. Then you can become miserable, and then you can see somebody young one day who isn't in their way, and you're actually going to try to discourage them, which is going to make you feel like a piece of shit. So, the biggest thing I would work on is you just have to you have to be conscious of when your brain's telling you can't do something. You're 16 fucking years old. Okay? You got your whole world, the whole fucking life in front of you. And, you can start making a movie tomorrow. And this is the great thing, dude. Just give yourself the permission to suck. It's your first one. It's supposed to suck. All right? I had no idea how to do stand-up. I just signed up for an open mic, and I went on a fucking stage, and I hung on for dear life. And you know what? I sucked. And I sucked for a while, but every time I sucked a little bit less. And that's how you got to do it. And I had all that negative shit going on in my head. And I bought those fucking books on how to think positive, which was hilarious with my negative mind. It's just, as I'm reading it, wanting to absorb it, I'm also ripping it apart and saying this is bullshit. But I don't know. Unless you're like clinically depressed, just negative thought is just a habit you can get out of. That's kind of what I found. And you just have to be conscious of it. And, it's really just a choice. You just think a negative thought, and you're like, all right, there's a negative thought. Step back, look at it, be like, oh, do I want to fucking, tie myself to that thing and have it pull me all the way down to the ground? Or am I going to say, you know what, fuck that thought and think something positive? No, I'm going to make a movie. What I would do if I was you is I would just be thinking about guys like Tarantino or Spike Lee or Kevin Smith, any of these guys who just were like, fuck it, I'm going to make a movie. And they just went out and did it. The next thing you know, that they had a career. If those guys can do it, you can do it. That's just focus on them. That's what I do. Fuck it. I'm a balding redhead in this fucking business who has the nerve to try to go and audition for movies every week. Where the fuck do I get off doing that? Who wants to see that on screen? But what do I think of? People still want to see Ed Harris. They don't care. So fuck it, I'm going to look at Ed Harris. I'm not going to fucking be focusing on all these washboard middle, full head of fucking hair, run for president looking fucking jaws. Like, I'd kill myself. Jesus Christ, now I'm starting to depress me.